Hello guys and welcome here to the Jello Cup Series. This is race number 6 here today from the Nashville Super Speedway. I believe this is our first time here at the Speedway. This is the Dolly World 500 in the heart of Tennessee. And starting from the pole today will be Patrick Smith in that number 35. To his outside will be Trevor Collins. This is the first race that Patrick Smith is officially locked into the top 33, so no need to worry about qualifying on time for him. As you saw at the beginning, this is the first race where the top 33 is determined based on this season's owner points. So those guys are locked in. You may notice a lot of guys who missed the fields. I believe one or two of them were in the top 33 earlier to start the season. I know Austin Shaw was. He unfortunately missed the race. So did Tyler Faden, Joshua Scully, and Ricky Johnson. Now, Ricky Johnson, you may have noticed at the end of last race, was in the top 33. However, Ricky was tied with Dylan Young for that 33rd spot. Dylan Young had started all 5 races. Ricky Johnson only started 4 of those races. Hence why Dylan Young is in the field and not Richard Johnson, because Dylan Young had the tiebreaker with the most starts. So that is how we're going to determine a tiebreaker for 33rd. But anyway, our focus is today. I believe this, again, is the first time we've been to Nashville Super Speedway. In case you don't know, it is a 1.3-mile oval in Lebanon, Tennessee. The Cup has not run here before, but I believe the Truck and Xfinity Series have run this track before. Or Truck and Xfinity back in the day ran this track. It is no longer active on top 3 series. But today the Cup will run here for the first time, and we'll see how they handle this track. As we get ready to get going, this is the Jello Cup Series. This is race number 6 here today, the Dolly World 500. Let's roll the intro, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
Through turn 4. Just 24 head up. It's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going down the left track. The 96. Wins the race at Coda. Ryan Knox is going to win at Watkins Glen. 7. Got this. All right. Ryan got this.
So here we go. They're making their way through turns 3 and 4 now. The defending champ, Patrick Smith, and Trevor Collins. He was off to a slow start, but the both of them will lead us to the green flag as race number 6 is underway. And you see they're side by side coming to the start finish. Patrick Smith will lead the opening lap, though, as to the outside, Trevor Collins is really trying to force the issue here in that number 6. We'll see if he's able to get the lead this time. They're still side by side battling. These guys today will have to make 2 to 3 stops as the pit sequence is about 18 to 22 laps. Who knows about the tire wear? Patrick Smith, in the meantime, has cleared and run away with the lead. We've had 5 different winners this season thus far. We're looking to make it 6, and so far, Patrick Smith looking to be that guy. After this, we head to Dover and Gateway. That'll wrap up the week. Dover will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for the AAA 400. I believe that'll be Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Then Gateway will wrap up the week. I believe that'll be a night race, so that'll be another 7 p.m. Eastern race here on GCN. Then next week, we start off the week Monday at Martinsville. And then we go to Milwaukee after that. So a lot of short tracks here as we hit the short track part of the schedule. It's Gene Sanford's looking to take second away from Trevor Collins. They've reeled in the 35. And here's Brad Stover trying to get into this battle. But Jean Sanford will get the second position, and now she will set her sights on the 35 of Patrick Smith. Here we go, battle for the lead. As we head down the front stretch, it will be Patrick Smith leading still, but not for long. Here goes the 53. The run to the inside lane. See if she can make it stick. It doesn't look like she will. And now Brad Stover is all over the back bumper of the 53. The 5 car looking for second. Back here as well, Ben Crouch, he's in 4th. Looking to get his season going in the right direction. See if he can do so today. Back here, a battle for 5th. See, Trevor Collins is just dropping right now as he looks to hold off Samet Ozkan, and it won't happen. Ozkan will move up to 5th. Then back here, Hillary Sanchez is in 7th, looking to crawl into the top 33 this week, or this race. We'll see if she can do that. Tim Hort, oh no, wait, correction, that's Max Anderson, the 21. Got confused because of the yellow on the cars. But up front, again, we got a battle for the lead there, bumper to bumper. As here goes Gene Sanford. Again, though, it'll be Patrick Smith at the line, and Smith in the wall a little bit. And that should allow Gene Sanford to take the race lead, and it will. So move Gene Sanford to the race lead. Oh, my apologies. Now Brad Stover's looking for second. He might be able to get the position. Anyway, Gene Sanford's pulled away now. Brad Stover has taken second. At least for the time being. Patrick Smith, though, fighting back on the outside. Won't be enough this lap. Anyway, Brad Stover now to second. That Hendrick team looking to get going. And now Stover will set. Oh, well, now we got a battle for third, actually. We'll go back and watch this now. You see the 35 Patrick Smith, the 19 of Ben Crouch, and the 19 will take the third spot. So now Patrick Smith, maybe some tire fall off here. You gotta wonder if he's having some tire fall off. Maybe that's causing him to fall back a little ways. Let's hope that's not the case. Oh, they're pitting. But you saw the 35 was on the back bumper. Anyway, the 32 of Hillary Sanchez will stay out an extra lap, though. So now both Go Fast Racing Fords have led the race. We'll see if the 32 staying out that extra lap will benefit them. But Hillary Sanchez needed any points she can get entering this race. We'll see if she can continue that run. And now she will dive down and make her pit stop. Keep in mind I said 19 to 20 or 18 to 22 laps is the pit sequence. And you saw the 15 stayed out as well. You see the 3 ahead of her. So obviously the tire fall off is what's causing these guys to pit a little bit sooner than that. Anyway, in comes the 32. We'll see if they play some pit strategy here. They're going to go right sides. And it looks like the guys behind her have gone right sides only. Sanchez will go with the 4-tire stop. No, correction. They all went 4 tires. But Gene Sanford will retain the race lead. You see Hillary Sanchez, though, pitting a lap sooner did not benefit her in any way, shape, or form. As now Brad Stover has his sights on the race lead. It is just the two of them battling it out. But Gene Sanford clearly has the faster car for the moment. And just look at the gap they put on second and third. Anyway, the battle for the lead is heating up. Sorry, I'm taking a look at the all-time wins list, seeing where Gene Sanford, she's got 2 career wins, and she is now side by side for the race lead. But she'll hang on for the time being. Keep in mind, Gene Sanford has 2 career victories. She's looking for career win number 3. Brad Stover is also looking for career win number 3 today. As they are still side by side battling it out. And the more they side by side battle, the quicker the 19 and the 35 will close that gap. We'll see. Does Stover have her entering turn 1? No, he does not. Gene Sanford will clear and hold on to the race lead. My apologies for the very long silence right there. I was trying to get the all-time wins list up. I really should pull it up before the start of the race. But here we go. Gene Sanford will hang on for the time being. And this battle is anything but over right now. Again, after this, we go to the Monster Mile. So a bunch of challenging tracks coming up. Gateway proved to be a challenge in the Carvana wildcard. We'll see if it proves to be a challenge here in the Jello Cup. Behind these two that are battling for the lead, we have a battle for third going on. It is Patrick Smith and Ben Crouch. A little further back, someone got hit, and it looks like it was the 17 of Mohammed Zain Abdullah. Looks like he got hooked, but he saved it. And a good save for the 17. And these guys getting a little aggressive there with the bumpers. See two of the WNY cars battling it out. And it looks like finally Gene Sanford gets some separation from the 5. Keep in mind, or I'm sorry, I think the 5 might have used up his stuff right there. So Gene Sanford will pull away. Don't rule out these guys behind, though, as they're starting to close the gap. Either that or Brad Stover backed off, tried to get a little bit more traction, maybe see if he can figure out something. Taking a step back to learn a little bit. We'll see if it pays off. Sanford still leading. Back behind him is a more intense battle, the 35 and the 19. That's Patrick Smith and Ben Crouch. Keep an eye on this one. This one's getting a little bit more intense in the battle for the lead. Keep in mind for Patrick Smith, oh, he crosses over. He goes high, then he dives low. We'll see if that works. Crouch keeps that position for the lap. But Crouch also has the high lane, so he doesn't have to brake as early. And Crouch will hang on to the position. Back up front, we have pit stops. .32 and 18 stay out. So does the 15 and the 51. And now the battle for the lead is between Hillary Sanchez and Samet Ozkan. Samet Ozkan driving the Rowdy Energy colors. First time this season for them. They will be a primary sponsor for a handful of races this season. Joe Gibbs Toyota has been off to a slow start, hoping to rebound here and get a good finish at Nashville. See, Nottingham Scott, Jeff Scott, both not related to my knowledge. And they both make their pit stops. You see Mohammed Zain Abdullah there. He almost got spun around a few laps ago. Bet he's going to be happy to have 4 fresh tires underneath that car. And you see, though, looks like the 53 is going to win that race off the pit lane. Up ahead is Tim Horton. Tim Horton is dead last. This is going to essentially cost him the point lead. We will have a new point leader at the end of this race. if he does not improve his position. Surprisingly, so far, an uneventful race. As Gene Sanford reclaims the race lead. You see Ben Crouch is essentially by himself. I'm wondering if something happened to that 35. And it looks like the 35's lost a few positions off the pit lane. So, tough break for Patrick Smith. But he's still running up front, so a good result pending for them if they can hang on. Let's take you through the field, though. It is Gene Sanford leading. It is a close battle, though, because Brad Stover is in second and right on her tail. He's clearly had the faster car, just has not been able to get around her. And actually, we'll cancel that real quick because we're going to have a battle for the race lead. You can tell Brad Stover is better on colder tires than Gene Sanford is in that 53. And we'll see if they can battle it out real quick before we show you the rest of the through the field. Right to the bumper. He's using that draft, doing everything he can to put the pressure on Gene Sanford. Not gonna fizzle out to anything, but look who's closing as well. That is Ben Crouch in third. He's had a rough start to the season. He would love to get to victory lane and be the sixth different winner to open up the season. So now it is a three-way battle for the race lead. Behind them in fourth is Mohammed Zain Abdullah. We mentioned he almost spun early in this race. He's looking to rebound from that. Maybe a near spin and win. In fifth is Stacy Stickler in the 41. A good race going for that 41 team after their Daytona 500 victory. Solid top five for them so far. Patrick Smith is in sixth right now. Fell back to sixth after that cycle stops. Dan Hummel holding on to seventh. A great run so far for the 25 car. Live Nation colors on it this week. Diego Yepes is in eighth, another solid run for another defending champ in this series, or former champ in the series. Mina Monroe, a race winner already this season as well, in ninth. Max Anderson is currently in 10th. Tim Randolph is 11th. Alexander Rowe is in 12th. Rihanna G is in 13th. Nonigan Scott in 14th. Jeff Scott's 15th. Hillary Sanchez just fell back to 16th. Trevor Collins is in 17th. 18th is Charles Sanford. 19th is Casey Naneko. 20th is Carter Joey. That is through the field. Is back up front. They've kind of spaced it out again. It just looks like the 5 is stronger on the short run. Then it looks like he just uses up his stuff. So Gene Sanford's able to hang on for the short run. And then she just gets better on the long run. Maybe not the case here. Here goes Brad Stover out of turn 4. He's side by side for the race lead. It's not going to happen again this time. And it looks like Gene Sanford, I believe, will lead the most laps in this race. Side by side. Sanford hanging on as tough as she can to that high line. Can Stover make another run at it? No. So Sanford really hanging on, hanging tough here in that 53. Man, oh man. battling it out tough right here. And surprisingly caution-free so far. Now Bren Crouch is in the middle of this. He wants second. Oh, did they force? No, they won't force 3 wide. I thought we were going to have a 3 wide battle for the race lead. And that is just not the case. Gene Sanford hangs on. But now Brad Stover is under heavy pressure from that 5, or from the 19. We'll see if he can hang on. Here goes the 19, Ben Crouch. He wants to battle with Brad Stover. Side by side they go. And Stover's going to use that high line to hang on. But while these two battle it out, again, the 53 will benefit from that. And she's got to be saying, you guys keep fighting. I'll run away with this for now. Because neither of them have a preferred line as they battle side by side. See there, Ben Crouch, he's doing everything he can to the line. It is Brad Stover hanging on to the position. But we'll see if Ben Crouch can finish the job in turns 1 and 2. He cannot. Stover will hang on for the time being. It is a 3-driver battle up front. And you see now they're going to pit once again. They will likely have one more cycle of stops coming. As you see, Hillary Sanchez go back to the race lead. And her staying out these extra laps really make her the beneficiary as we head into the later stages of this race. I would think, because she's going to pit entering lap 43. These guys might have to make one more stop. They'll be good on fuel, but will the tires hold up? Is going to be the question. Because if these tires don't hold up, Hillary Sanchez could win this race. Keep that in mind. Because again, if these tires don't hold up, these guys are going to have to pit again. See, they've been pitting every 12 to 14 laps. So that would put them on par to pit with about 3 to go. It'll be interesting to see if these guys hold on to these tires and try to make a charge. And some pit strategy played. And guess what? It's going to benefit Mohammed Zain Abdullah. He comes out in front of the 53 of Gene Sanford. My guess is the 17 did 2 tires because there's no way he came back from 7 seconds to leapfrog the top 3 that were essentially pulling away. I'm guessing a lot of these guys did a 2-tire stop. But Mohammed Zain Abdullah is the new race leader here. Excellent strategy for him. Gene Sanford comes out second. Brad Stover third. Ben Crouch fourth. Diego Yepes is fifth. Stacy Stickler in sixth. Dan Hummel is seventh. Tim Randolph is eighth. Max Anderson ninth. Patrick Smith in 10th. That is your top 10. How's about Mohammed Zain Abdullah? No. Pit strategy. He won 2 Carvana wildcard races. And now he has a chance at winning his first career Jello Cup Series race today at Nashville. He's got a 1.4 second lead. And it looks like it's just growing at this point. No, it shrunk a little bit, 1.3. We got a battle for second on hand right now. Brad Stover, Gene Sanford. Once again, these two have been battling it out all race. finally, Brad Stover sneaks underneath. Gene Sanford trying not to give too much room. But this time, I don't think she's going to have a say in it. Brad Stover to second. And finally, although I think Brad Stover wishes that happened earlier, but finally his patience pays off and Stover gets the second position. Tim Horton, you see, still off the pace. He's going to lose the points lead after today. That's pretty much a guarantee at this point. But Muhammad Zain Abdullah in that side-by-side battle, he is going to benefit from it. He is now 1.5 seconds ahead of the race leaders with 10 to go. Can the 17 hang on? It'd be something if they did. We got 9 to go now. The top 4 behind him running real close. So is Stacy Stickler. But none of them able to close the gap on Muhammad Zain Abdullah. If they can, though, it's going to be an interesting battle. Now, keep in mind, I think Muhammad Zain Abdullah pitted before these guys. I think that's something to keep in mind. He pitted a lap before some of these guys, so he might not be good to go to the finish. .8. And if he's not good to go to the finish, obviously we know who is going to be the beneficiary if none of these guys can make it to the finish. And it'll be that 32 of Hillary Sanchez. She has fallen back a little bit, but keep in mind she pitted a lap later than a handful of these, actually all of these guys. She is a lap ahead of everybody, fuel and tire-wise. If no one makes it to the finish, she could be on par for her 7th career victory in Jello Cup Series history, which would put her once again up top the all-time wins list with no competition around her. Keep an eye on that, as anything could happen as we come to 6 to go. But right now, it's all Muhammad Zain Abdullah up front. Behind them, it was a battle side by side. You see the 17 is pitting. He does not have enough fuel. Here goes Gene Sanford. She wants the lead. Brad Stover, though, is going to lead the lap by just an inch. And Stover takes the lead. Here's Ben Crouch. This is now the battle for second. Don't rule Diego Yepes out of this. They come to 4 laps to go. You see Diego Yepes pits. So does the 35 and the 25 back there. Dan Hummel, Patrick Smith. The question is, do these 3 have enough to make it to the finish? There's also some guys back there like Dylan Young who need a good result. And Brad Stover's going to pit. He doesn't have enough. 3 to go. And it's side by side between Ben Crouch and Gene Sanford. Ben Crouch takes the lead momentarily, but Gene Sanford battles back on the high side. Keep an eye on this. This isn't over. Gene Sanford's going to pit. So will Alexander Rowe. So will the 96 and the 32. This hands the lead To who? For the moment, it looks like the race lead is going to cycle back to Mohammed Zain Abdullah with 2 laps to go. Fuel only is the call for the 53. They will get out ahead for the time being. Gene Sanford is the leader. Mohammed Zain Abdullah's strategy might not pay off. He's side by side with Ben Crouch. He'll hold on to the position. White flag is out for Gene Sanford. She looks to lap Tim Horton. 1 lap to go. What a turn of events. And we mentioned Gene Sanford. She's been out of the Cup Series for 2 seasons. And let me tell you, she has not missed a beat so far. Gene Sanford, after a 2-season hiatus, will pick up her 3rd career win here today at Nashville. Job well done for the 53. They fought hard for that one. Let me tell you, Brad Stover and Mohammed Zain Abdullah, they got nothing to hang their heads over. They just got beat. Overall, the 53 with a fuel-only strategy. And it pays off. In a caution-free race, that is a shocker. And how about Diego Yepes getting a top 5? That is energizing for that team. And Ben Crouch has nothing to hang his head over either. He gets a top 5 out of this. Patrick Smith gets a top 10, another solid run for the 35. He is currently in playoff contention again, so maybe Patrick Smith is doing pretty well at defending his title so far. We want to thank you for watching. We'll take you to results and standings. We'll be back for race number 7 from Dover. That'll be tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.